my channel. I'm Anushka, and in this video I'll be sharing with you some books that I feel are worth the hype. Now this is quite a subjective topic, a book being worth the hype, being overrated or underrated. So this video is actually my opinion, and let me know what are your thoughts if you've read these books or not. Are they worth it or not? Alright, so I majorly talk about fiction on this channel, but today I want to start my list with a non-fiction, that is Atomic Habits by James Clear. Now this book I feel is a perfect segue for anyone who wants to build a reading habit or who wants to get into reading. So it's a beginner friendly book. Why does it work and why do I feel like it's worth the hype? It delivers. So it's a self-improvement or self-help book, and it does exactly that. Once you're 10 to 20 pages into the book, you definitely get motivated. The writing is extremely easy, and you feel like the author is talking to you from the first. Third point is that it's clear and it's concise. So it's not a book which is repetitive, and it's not a book that is preaching you. It's not preachy. It has practical tips for you. Anxious People by Frederick Buckman. This book actually hardened my belief recently about a book being worth the hype or it being overrated, underrated, a subjective topic. Because initially I was contemplating, I had read many reviews saying that it is not worth the hype, it is overrated. But clearly it worked for I feel like Frederick Buckman as an author has a way of humanizing characters, and not just the main protagonist but all different characters, because he usually has a lot of characters in his book and every character would have a way of development, would have a backstory. That's what happens in Anxious People. It is not just a thriller, a suspense thriller about who done it, but it also talks about serious issue, that is mental health, in the most realistic and the most subtle manner. Since we're on the topic of mental health, I want to introduce you to BetterHelp, which is also the sponsor of this video. I have previously worked with BetterHelp, and I would love to promote a platform like this on my channel. Well, BetterHelp is the world's largest therapy service. More importantly, what makes it outstanding is that it's 100% online. With BetterHelp, you can tap into a network of over 25,000 licensed and experienced therapists who can help you with a wide range of issues. To get started, you just need to answer a few questions about your needs and preferences in therapy. That way, BetterHelp can match you with the right therapist from their network. Then you can talk to your therapist however you feel comfortable, whether it's via text, chat, or a phone call or a video call. You can message your therapist at any time and schedule live sessions when it's convenient for you. Now here's what I like about the platform. If for some reason the therapist is not right for you, you can easily switch to a new therapist with no additional cost. I mean, what else do you need? With BetterHelp, you get the same professionalism and quality you expect from in-office therapy, but with a therapist who is custom picked for you, more scheduling, more flexibility, and at a more affordable price. And just for my viewers of this video and subscribers to my channel, I have a special discount. Well, you can get 10% off your first month just by clicking the link in the description box below. That's betterhelp.com/Anushka. What are you waiting for? Go, check it out, check BetterHelp and help yourself. Okay, the next book is no surprise for all my loyal audience. If you're on this channel, you know it is It Ends With Us. Now hear me out. Yes, today it's a rage, but I already made a video a year back or a dedicated review on this book. There are troubling parts in this book, in this story. There are things which are toxic, there are characters which are not realistic. But that's how life is, in my opinion. No one's perfect, no one is a fairy godmother, no one takes the right decisions, no person is right or wrong, no person is negative or positive. Yes, it is one of those fluffy romances, but I always say this whenever I recommend this book to anyone, that the first 100 pages are those, but once the main topic hits, then it gets real, and then you start feeling the pain, and then you start appreciating the author for writing this book. And the reason I am recommending this book again in this video is because whoever I have recommended this book has loved it, be it on this channel virtually or in real life. The next book that is in my list is A Good Girl's Guide Good Girl's Guide to Murder by Holly Jackson. Wonderful mystery suspense thriller. Now this is a YA fiction, it is a book written for young adults, but my god, have I read any better plot driven or character driven or unique thriller than this? No. Why I like this book is because of the writing format. Our protagonist is writing her assignment, so the book isn't written in that format. So I found that unique. And B, as the title suggests, A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. Author is aware of all the different loopholes and the plots, and she talks about those plot lines and what might happen, who could be the murderer in this book. So it's all out there. It's a perfect gripping story. Okay, so next is not actually one single book but an author, that is Taylor Jenkins Reid. Now I can't choose between Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, Daisy Jones and the Six, or Malibu Rising. All three of them are just, yes, worth the hype. These books, I feel like, are not thrillers, they are not romance, but they're just wholesome books, you know. They're not extremely fast thrillers, fast paced, yet they're not boring or they're not slow. Everything, these are character driven, so you definitely get attached with these characters, which is why I feel like they leave more impact on us as readers. You know, Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo was that Evelyn is such a beautiful, gorgeous, yet powerful and strong character. And in Daisy Jones and the Six, yes, Daisy is such a strong and enigmatic character, but at the same time the book is written in a documentary format, which I found unique. We have banters and dialogues of each and every character, so every character is given their share, you know, in the book. And then Malibu Rising is a continuation of Daisy Jones and the Six. When I started reading Malibu Rising, I was like, it can't get better than, you know, I can't have a hat trick with an author. And next is again one of my most talked about book on the channel, that is Normal People by Sally Rooney. Yes, it is still one of my favorite books. This book is, I always say, is a book which has extremely contradicting opinions. Either you hate it, like really hate it, or you love it. And I love it. Yes, it talks about a culture which no one should be influenced with, or it has problematic characters, whatever, but I can't seem to forget this book and I can't get enough of this book. Both these characters, I knew what I was getting into, but still I loved it. Sapiens by Yuval Noah Harari. There are no conflicting opinions on this book. I feel it's a clear winner. You know how much hard work has gotten into writing this book. Earlier, it is one of those books which can't go wrong. Yes, it is difficult to read, but I would say, being a reader, I found it tiresome to read and I found it overwhelming to read because of the knowledge that's there in this book. So I would suggest or recommend you to not buy into the hype, because it would be difficult to read. So coming from a reader, I can tell you that yes, this book is difficult to read, so take your time, read 5 to 7 pages a day, and after a point there would come a time when you would want to read more than 7 to 10 pages, and that's how you build a reader. Okay, last book on this list is another non-fiction, The Psychology of Money. Again, a beginner-friendly book. So if it's a thin book, that too, it's short, it's clear, it's concise. Again, so checkbox on that. And why I recommend this book is, this clearly talks about how we are emotional beings, and even the financial decisions are influenced by our emotions. So it gives a deeper perspective, yet in a most simple manner, about finances and how to manage money, and what actually goes behind when one takes any financial decision. So once you read this book, you'll feel a little learned, and you'll feel confident about yourself and about your money. And yeah, that's it with this video. I hope you found it helpful. I hope I was able to clear a lot of your doubts, and now you know which books to buy or not. Again, this is just my opinion. These books, I'm not saying that would completely work for you, or you should just go ahead and blindly buy. But if you trust my recommendations, and I feel like if my book taste matches yours, then give these books a I think I can turn this video into a series, because there are a lot of other books, okay, which are extremely popular and I feel like are worth the hype. So yeah, there are a lot of other books which I'll be making in a separate video. Wait for that, and that's it. I'll see you later with another video. Until then, bye bye.